Okay, so I already cried once when I was talking about Margo at the concert, and I'm gonna do my best not to cry again, because tears are not a good look on me, so we're not gonna continue doing that.
Margo has been just the mom of Soulstice ever since I was a newbie back 3 years ago. She's been there the whole time. She's the oldest member in the group now, and she's always sort of had that quality about her that she knows what's going on and that she's the wine mom. She's cool, she's fun, she goes to the parties, but also she definitely has this amount of maturity and wisdom in her that she imparts on everyone she meets. I mean, the girl has like 9,000 friends or whatever, so it's clear that everyone she meets she touches in a way, and I think that's really clear to me, having known her for as long as I have, that she is just a really special.
Margo Cunningham is quite unlike any person I have ever met before. Truly a queen, the only word that I can use to describe. And I know people talk about Margo this way in a playful way, but the confidence and the exuberance that Margo radiates every day is just like truly so inspirational. Like, I know that everybody deals with their own insecurities about who they are and their appearance and stuff, and from what I understand from her Instagram, Margo has gone through all of this as well, and I know that I certainly have, and I feel like I'm still on a journey towards accepting myself. And when I see Margo walking through every day with her head held up high and a confidence that she not only maintains for herself, but she maintains to inspire others, it really just touches me, and it makes me want to grow and be a better person and have that same smile that she always has on her face.
She's talented, she's pretty, and she's genuinely a good person.
I dressed up for the occasion of this filming in honor of Margo dressing up for every occasion that she's ever gone to. She is always so put together and confident and has this aura of not only just general like queendom, like confidence, badassery, but also joy. And that's one thing that I really admire about her, is that I feel like every time I see her, she has a smile on her face. She is happy to be around the people who she's around, which is very difficult to do and impressive.
We call Margo the Soulstice Mom because she's so supportive and nice.
Margo, so I knew Margo before I was in Soulstice. Most people know this story. It's quite long and it gets longer every time that I tell it seems. But it was kind of amazing to come into Soulstice. I mean, I wouldn't be in Soulstice if it weren't for Margo. If it weren't for her sharing that Facebook post, that fateful January day in 2016, I would not be in Soulstice today. And so I'm forever thankful for that. But it was also so fantastic to come into the group and have someone that I didn't really know, but that I knew, that was fantastic. And then it was also just, you came in, and part of it is just Margo's disposition, but also part of it is like, she and I are such similar people, we immediately came together, we were like, this is gonna be a thing, we're gonna be friends now. And, a beautiful friendship was born.
Margo cares about the environment, which is why I'm standing next to all these bikes.
Margo was my frosh leader, so she was like my first, the first person I knew who does my major, in arts in music. The first person who made me think it was possible to work the McGill system in a way that could actually benefit me. She honestly has shaped a lot of the decisions I made here, like my voice teacher. But aside from that, aside from knowing that I can go to her with any question I have, just logistically, she's also just an amazing hugger, somebody who I can go to whenever I'm feeling down. I can just call her up and she's so willing to come and comfort me. A great listener, somebody I love listening to, and I'm really gonna miss having her in the group, but also am excited to maintain her legacy that she of a cappella inclusivity and all that jazz that she wishes to impart on the a cappella community.
Margo melts my heart, just like the snow, which is melting.
Margo Cunningham is the physical embodiment of all things Soulstice, I think. Margo is the longest lasting member of our group at this point. Like, she's the only person who was in the group when I joined and is still in the group. And so to me, she like really represents what I know Soulstice to be, and she really embodies everything that Soulstice is, which is, you know, super fun, super positive, badass bitch, just super friendly, so touching and thoughtful and kind, and these are all things that I think that our group really represents, but things that are really, really evident and present in Margo, and that she shares with all of us and makes us all just better people with her presence. She's so much fun to be around. I'm gonna miss her a lot.
Margo extinguishes the flames of my sorrows, just like this fire hydrant.
Margo has always been there for me, both in Soulstice and out for anything that I need her for. And I like to think that I've been there for her as well too.
Margo sings like an angel, just like this woman here, who is singing.
I feel like anybody who goes around Margo can just no longer feel sadness. It's like a bubble, a vortex that just sucks in all the bad things that ever happened in your day. And like, I feel like that's what happens anytime anyone sees or is in the same room as Margo.
Margo has a lot of layers, and she clothes us all in her joy.
Margo just has such a high degree of social intelligence, like, she just always knows what to do in those sorts of situations, and usually people sort of like separate that away from like doing well in school and like being socially intelligent as like two different things, but I think that in a way, like, she's a genius. She's like an artist in the way that she could create her friendships and maintain everything that she does. I mean, she does so many extracurriculars on Soulstice, and it still just seems like we're always her priority, and I know that all her friends feel the same way. So she really finds ways to make time for everyone that she cares about, and she cares about so many people because she's just so full of love.
Margo, you are all these things and so much more. I have loved this entire year in Soulstice, and a lot of it is because of you. You are so dynamic and funny and just awesome, and I'm going to miss your voice in all our arrangements, and I honestly can't imagine Soulstice without you, but I will have to get used to it. But I'm gonna miss you so much, and I really hope that you visit us as much as you can.
Last year when she was president, she was absolutely amazing. You know, she continues to provide a great deal of leadership to the group even now that she is no longer president.
I'm sure that everything that made Margo successful at McGill, and so successful in McGill, is going to make her successful in life. Just all the qualities that she has as a human being, her compassion, her love, her wisdom, that all just translates so well into anything that she ends up deciding to do. So I can predict nothing but great things for her in future life at grad school. So I wish Margo the best of luck at grad school.
Margo is something that she just radiates is positivity and her determination for everything in life, especially Soulstice. And that thing, she just radiates so much. Like, every time I see her, I feel like I get that positivity and determination as well. It's just really nice. It's a great quality of hers.
Definitely just brings some sass and some style. But yeah, just this like really like bubbly energy in like a very unique, like sassy kind of way.
And of course, she's like a fucking beast on the stage. Like, I was talking to my friend Grace about this. She came to see our concert, and she was like, and Grace is a very critical lesbian, just like prototypical, kind of hates everything. And she's also a classical singer, and she came to the concert and watched Margo on stage and was like, that girl is incredible. Like, she has star quality, and it's true. And we said this, we were like, Margo would just make a sensational pop star, like, truly. And I know that's not really the goal. The goal is arts management, whatever, it's fine.
Margo is like a sunflower just because she just continues to blossom and grow, and I can't wait to see what she accomplishes at Carnegie Mellon as she continues to blossom in this never-ending summer of her life. She's also similar to a fake sunflower in that she will never wilt or die.
This is a never before shared secret of Margo Cunningham. When I was auditioning for McGill, Margo was the audition right before me, and I was like so intimidated because I just saw this beautiful, like gorgeous woman in this like lovely, like, you know, Margo and her like style. Like she was amazing, and I was there like this timid little 17-year-old, 18-year-old, and 17-year-old? 18-year-old? I forget. And then, so later, I like tried to find her, and I found her on Instagram, and then I was like, oh my gosh, this amazing, beautiful woman. I'm so intimidated. And then later, come September, and I find Soulstice a Cappella, and I'm like looking on Facebook, and I see Margo Cunningham, and I'm like, it's her! It's the woman! And then the woman, the girl, the woman. She's a woman. And then I like auditioned for Soulstice, and she's there in front of me, and I don't think I've ever told her because I've always just been like so intimidated by her like incredibleness. And then after, of course, like a few months, I was no longer intimidated because I realized she was the most pure, kind, sincerely, genuinely sweet, loving, beautiful person ever. So I didn't have to feel intimidated by her incredible talent and beauty and everything that is good about her. But yeah, I found Margo Cunningham on Instagram long before I even knew I was going to McGill.
Margo is so deviously intelligent that like anywhere she goes, she's going to, I hope that she just brings what she has here and just amplifies it times 1,000. She's so smart and so good at what she does, and she knows what she wants. She doesn't make any excuses about it, and she's just great. And I feel like wherever she goes, Margo, you just keep doing you and you kill it while you're out there.
I think that she's going to leave a big empty space when she leaves the group. There's going to be, you know, when she leaves, there's going to be an absence of this energy that was always driving us for the entire time I've been in the group. For the entire time that most people in this group have been here. Margo, actually for the entire time that everyone in this group has been here. Margo's been in this group longer than anyone else. And, you know, it's going to be a different Soulstice without Margo. It really is. I mean, obviously, Soulstice will find a way. We will continue. But it'll be a different group for all of us next year without her electric energy guiding us.
Margo was president when I was the first year, and I don't remember a lot about her until after I auditioned, where when I went to callbacks, I was like just looking at all the members talk, and I saw Margo go, pointing to me, and I'd be like, I love that guy, and I was like, yes, I'm so excited. And then, so callbacks was on Tuesday, I think, and then on Thursday, I was just walking around campus, and Margo saw me, and she ran up to me, gave me like the biggest snuggly hug, and she was so excited to see me. I was like, yes, I made it, I did it, I got into the group. And then she called me Friday morning, and she was like, well, do you want time, like, she was like, you got in, do you want time to think about it? And I was like, no, please let me be in the group. And I think that just really illustrates how Margo is. She just can't even contain herself when she feels passionate about something. She just has like this endless amount of love to give everyone. And she really is Soulstice. And I think most people would agree with that. And so it's just going to be crazy that the first years next year won't know who Margo Cunningham is.
Margo Duncan. We have spent too much? No, never enough time together in the 2 years that I've known you. But if I had to narrow it down to one favorite memory I have of you, it would be the time where you and Charlie randomly came over to my room in New Res. We got
uncomfortably drunk on Long Island iced teas, and then all just started holding hands and singing Lady Gaga. It really summarizes our friendship, and so I feel like that's the one I should choose. But if I was gonna choose a soft one, of course I said it in my speech for you at the concert, but it was literally one of the first days I knew you when it was callbacks last year, and you were singing hide and seek, and we just cried looking at each other. That's a kind of friendship that's just destined to be super real and long-lasting and magical, and that's exactly what happened. So, love you.
My favorite memory of with Margo is definitely last semester when I reached out to her and I was like, hey, I want to talk about joining back Soulstice. That conversation that we had and just how friendly and warm and welcoming she was. I really look back at that really fondly.
When I went on retreat, for my first retreat, I was dumb and didn't bring any food. And my favorite story of Margo is one of them, there are many, is when she went to the supermarket and got me some tortellini. You could say I was happy as a clam after she got me the tortellini. It was very awesome.
At my Soulstice callback, I remember we were all standing in a circle singing Back Pocket together, and it was a bunch of the old members mixed up with the new members, and then Margo and some other old members were walking around and trying and grooving with us and stuff. And I remember I was looking at my music and singing the tenor part, and then Margo came up to me and I looked up from my music and immediately just forgot all the words. And Margo looked at me and giggled and then moved on, and I was like, okay, yeah, that's it, it's done, I'm not gonna get in. But then 2 days later I was sitting in math class in a big lecture hall, and Margo called me, and I knew it was Margo because we had already connected over the fact that she was from Rochester, and that's what the area code said. So I answered the phone in math class and it was whispering to Margo, and she was like, hey, is this Jeremy? And I was like, yeah. And she's like, are you in a lecture hall? I'm like, yeah. And then she's like, well, I'd like to offer you a spot in Soulstice. And then everyone I heard a lot of people screaming in the background, and then I freaked out in the lecture hall, and Margo was like, I can't believe you answered the phone in the lecture hall. But yeah, she told me where to meet a few days later, and then told me to have the best math class of my life. And honestly, that was one of the first things I remember about Margo, but all my memories since then have been equally as incredible.
My favorite memory with Margo, I think it's how at the first rehearsal, Margo instantaneously became my best friend in Soulstice. I didn't even know her, and automatically she was the person I felt the closest to and my best friend. And immediately we laughed and we bonded, and it was just the best time ever.
Oh, the first time I remember meeting Margo was when I received the phone call from the callback, and I was told I was accepted, and everything is so surreal. And Margo was so humble and easy approaching. Yeah, and she was so energetic every time I saw her. It's when I have something on my mind or I'm under pressure, at the moment I saw her, I just feel pressure release or carefree. She was such a generous and humble person.
I'm sure everyone has said this, but Margo is definitely creates part of the dynamic of Soulstice, is having Margo there, who's this very sunny, dynamic personality in the group, who welcomes everyone in and really sincerely cares about every person in the group, which I think is beautiful. And it's going to be definitely weird having no Margo in the group, just because of the way that she kind of Soulstice kind of revolves around, my idea of Soulstice kind of revolves around Margo, because it started off so early with me just knowing Margo from Instagram. So it's gonna be very different not having Margo, but I think I'm very happy to have sung with her and have known her for the past 3 years. And Margo, I love you a lot. Mwah!
She's just been one of the most caring, sweet, loving people I think I've ever met, and also I don't think I'll ever meet somebody who carries herself with the same confidence and that she does, and I just think that's really incredible. I love you, Margo. I know that you'll do great things. I'll miss you a lot.
She's been accepted to a ton of great grad schools, and I wish her the best at those grad schools.
I'm so happy for her to go on for a new journey, and yeah, I wish her all of the best and enjoy her graduate studies, and hope she can live her life to the maximum and enjoy herself as always.
I'm not going to look at the camera, because if the camera is Margo, I'm going to start crying again. Margo, there are so many things to say, there are so many words to say, and I know I'll continue to say them to you, because this is not our final goodbye. But it's not just not my final goodbye, it's not all of Soulstice's final goodbye either. You will continue to be a part of our lives and of this group's life, even when you are no longer physically with us. When we're up in A510, you'll still be there, you know, in your boots that the heel is snapped off 3 or 4 times. You know, they'll still be there singing and grooving just like me. You know, we'll stand opposite each other even when you're not there. You'll still provide this fantastic energy, and we'll never forget you and all of the fantastic contributions that you've made to this group and how much you've touched everyone's lives.
Margo, I'm so proud of you. You're going to do so great in grad school. I'm glad everyone out there is seeing how great you are, and you are only going to keep getting better and more lovely. I love you and I'll miss you.
Margo, with all your determination that you have, I'm sure anything you put your mind to will go so far in life, and have a good time while you do it.
Hi, Margo. I can't believe you're leaving. Honestly, you've been such a presence during my first year of Soulstice, and I think it's gonna be super weird not having you around.
Margo, you were a queen, and I don't know what Soulstice is gonna be like without you, because you were just such a defining presence of my experience in Soulstice. So I know you're gonna do great things and continue to be that wherever you go. And I know Soulstice will live on without you. Thank you so much for all of the support that you've given me, especially kind of taking the break and then coming back. It means so much to me.
I don't know, you go out and get things so well, and I just can't imagine you failing to continue to do that so brilliantly in your next stage of life.
Margo, I wish you the very, very best of luck in your future studies. I will miss you in all my comms classes, but I know you are going to do fantastic things, and we will see you very soon, I'm sure.
Margo, you're a star, and I'm going to miss checking out your bomb-ass outfits every rehearsal, and also your bomb-ass personality. And I love you so much, and thank you for making my first year in Soulstice so special. So.
Margo, I'm sure you know I literally have had too many amazing memories with you to narrow it down, but if I were to choose one, it would be the time where Ben interrupted my speech.
Sorry. Hi.
Margo, you are my queen. Just like Queen Victoria was a queen. Margo, you are my queen. Just like Queen Elizabeth, who was also a queen. Margo, you are a queen. Just like Queen Victoria and Elizabeth, who is not here. But that is Queen Victoria.